Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sterling Higa, Chairperson of the Authority. I'd now like to call to order the October 2nd, 2024 Kalaeloa Authority meeting of the Hawaii Community Development Authority. The time is now 11:04 a.m.
Thank you, Chair. In accordance with section 92-3.7 Hawaii revised statutes, the Hawaii Community Development Authority is holding today's Kalaeloa board meeting virtually on Zoom. The Zoom link details were included on the meeting agenda. Therefore, members of the public are welcome to join us on Zoom and also at our physical meeting site at the American Brewery Building, 547 Queen Street, second floor boardroom, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96813. The HCDA communications staff is hosting this meeting. Once this meeting begins, everyone will be muted for clearer audio. Board members, if you have any comments or questions, please unmute yourselves to speak. It is important that all individuals clearly state their name, pseudonym, or other identifier name each time prior to speaking. If you wish to provide oral testimony and you are attending virtually, please indicate so. Clicking the raise hand button found on your Zoom screen. If you are attending in person, you'll be called to the front of the room in the order that you signed up. All testimony will be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. Your testimony must be related to an item on the agenda. Before you begin your testimony, we ask that you identify yourself and spell your name for the record. When 1 minute is remaining, 1 minute remains will be called out. When 30 seconds is remaining, 30 seconds remain will be called out. When time has elapsed, time will be called out, after which you will have 30 seconds to conclude your testimony, and then your audio will be turned off. If you are attending in person, the presiding officer will call the next testifier. Keep in mind that this is an opportunity to share your thoughts with us. If you ask questions during your testimony, neither the board nor the staff is required to provide an answer. If the authority's connection from the remote meeting is lost, the meeting will be recessed until the connection is restored. If the connection cannot be restored within 30 minutes, the meeting will be terminated. The authority will continue the meeting at another notice date. Thank you, Chair.
Great, thank you. So HCDA board members, please remain visible and audible during the meeting. Also, please acknowledge you are present by either saying here or present. Let the record reflect that the following members are present. Vice Chair Ishii is excused. Secretary Apo.
Here.
Member Miranda Johnson is excused. Member Anderson.
Present.
Member Streitz. Here. Member Evans.
Here.
Member Ray.
Here.
And Member Lidstone.
Ew.
Thank you.
Chair, we have quorum.
Great. For today's meeting, board members will have an opportunity to ask questions or provide comments after an agenda item has been presented. Individuals from the public who have requested to provide verbal public testimony on a specific agenda item are on standby and will be permitted to provide their testimony respectively. Agenda item number 2 is approval of the regular meeting minutes of July 3rd, 2024. Board members, are there any comments or corrections to these minutes? If there are no comments or questions, the minutes are approved as presented. Agenda item number 3 for information and discussion, an update by the Hawaii Community Development Authority staff on the actions taken by the staff since the June 5th, 2024 board meeting regarding the intergovernmental support agreement and advance funding agreement between the HCDA and Navy Regent Hawaii to allow the HCDA to provide Navy with installation support services. Mr. Garrett Sasaki, Chief Financial Officer, will now present the staff report.
Thank you, Chair, members of the board. Staff report, item 2. It's a follow-up from the June 5, 2024 meeting when the board authorized the executive director to move forward with the agreement with the Navy. Since that time, the letter of intent was sent to the Navy. The intergovernmental support agreement was executed in August. The subsequent task order was executed on September 9th. And late breaking news, we actually received the funds and everything settled as of yesterday evening. So the next step is to commence the procurement process to expend the funds, complete the project.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Sasaki. Members, any questions or comments on the staff report?
Chair.
Member Evans.
I'd like to congratulate the HCDA executive director and staff for getting this long-standing effort to provide adequate electricity for the Kalaeloa area in partnership with the Navy across the to its next step. It's been a real struggle, and that area needs reliable electricity and power. Thank you, staff. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Member Evans. Also want to commend, Garrett Sasaki for, really leading the effort to get all of these documents signed and executed, negotiated. And as he mentioned, the funds, like $18 million, we received it. The next step is to go out and procure for these 3 discrete projects to hook up the 3 users to the enterprise corridor grid. And to your point, Member Evans, this is a start to the eventual transition of the Navy electrical system from the Navy to ECO, and it's a big step in the district. Thank you to the board for allowing us to proceed on this. Thank you, Chair.
Great. Members, any other questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll move now to testimony. Do we have any persons pre-signed up for testimony?
Yeah, Mr. Rojas.
Okay, we'll call now on Ms. Rojas.
Hey, aloha, can you hear me? Aloha, can you hear me?
can.
Okay, so being with what I said, I would like to be able to finish my testimony. I have it set for 3 minutes, but let me please finish. Testimony regarding the Intergovernmental Support Agreement and Advanced Funding Agreement between HCDA and Navy Region Hawaii. My name is Tara Rojas. I'm here today to express my strong opposition to the Intergovernmental Support Agreement and Advanced Funding Agreement between HCDA and Navy Region Hawaii. These agreements are not just procedural. They signify a continuation of military encroachment and disregard for our community and Aina in Kalaeloa going back decades. At the June 5th, 2024 meeting, members of our community, and we have been for the last 2 years, testified against this exact partnership where HCDA effectively becomes a facilitator for the Navy to utilize 18 million for electrical upgrades. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, we will help you, you help us, under the guise of infrastructure improvements. We're all too familiar with the Navy's history of environmental neglect, from Red Hill to Pearl Harbor to the ARL UARC contract to also Kaula bombing, and now extending to this HCDA partnership. Partner with the Navy to upgrade their infrastructure in Kalaeloa without transparent public review or accountability only deepens that neglect and exacerbates the historical injustices we have already endured. HCDA's mission is to protect and serve the public interest. Yet, by entering into this agreement with the Navy, HCDA is actively participating in the militarization of our lands. This is not an infrastructure project for the people of Hawaii. It is a project that facilitates the Navy's further entrenchment in areas that rightfully belong to our people and future generations. Enough is enough. Kalaeloa is rich in history, cultural history. The community is asking, where is the accountability to the community? Where is the environmental impact assessment? How do these actions align with the public trust responsibility you have to the people of Hawaii? This is not the type of development we need in Kalaeloa. What we need is a commitment to Malama Aina, to prioritize the health of our environment and community over military objectives. I urge the board to reconsider this partnership, as it does not serve the public, but instead facilitates the military's ongoing exploitation of our lands and resources. HCDA must act in the best interest of the people and put an end to this agreement. Let us stand together for the demilitarization of Hawaii and ensure that our voice is heard loud and clear. Furthermore, restating for this meeting, I am deeply concerned that the chair of this authority, who should be acting as a steward of the public trust, handed me his business card after the last meeting. However, it's not a card identifying him as a chair of HCDA, but for his private nonprofit involved in building housing. This raises serious ethical questions. How can we trust the decisions be made for the public's benefit when those making them have clear private interests in the same areas they oversee? It is a breach of trust that warrants immediate attention. Mahalo for your time and consideration. Please do not approve.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rojas. We'll now move on to the next testifier signed up to testify, which is Keolani Sonoda Pale.
Ms. Paul?
Aloha, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. I read I just have some concerns about the transparency in this process, with your agreement with the Navy. It seems like it's very, difficult to understand what's really going on here. For example, what is CNRH and what is, IGSA? And then where is the letter of intent to CNHRH? So I think there's like, I have difficulty understanding what's going on with the information that's being put on the website, that was given for us to be informed. And I have 2 degrees. So I'm thinking that people, the general public may have difficulty understanding what this is all about. And so I think it would be important, before moving forward with anything, to be transparent about every step and what the communication is, where this transfer of funds is going, and what is the agreement with the Navy. Of course, we have concerns with the Navy's involvement with anything, because of the fact that they poisoned 93,000 residents on Oahu, and lied about it and then tried to cover it up. So I think it's important for you folks to be more transparent. I have a hard time discerning what this agreement is all about just by what's put on the website. Thank you.
Members, any comments or questions? Okay, is anyone else signed up to testify?
No, Chair.
Okay, members, any questions or comments on this matter? Member Strikes.
Just, I guess, in light of the last comment, could we get the acronym CNRH?
Space Region Hawaii.
Okay, and then just noting that the June 5th, 2024 meeting had more information back.
That meeting
on the website.
defined all the acronyms, it outlined the steps. This is just coming back to say it's all been completed. So everything was explained in that last staff report.
Thanks.
Thank you, Member Strike.
Members, any other comments or questions on this agenda item? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item number 4, report of the executive director, monthly report, and other status reports.
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of time, the Executive Director report is in tab 3. It summarizes actions that were taken and then a report of the Kalaeloa Heritage and Legacy Foundation. Thank you.
Great. Members, any comments or questions? Do we have any persons pre-signed up for testimony?
No.
Do we have any persons present or online who wish to provide testimony on agenda item number 4, the report of the executive director? Tara Rojas.
They're raising and lowering their hand continuously, so it's hard to press that button to allow them to.
Could you please leave your hand raised for Tara? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, good, just to go after the unmute. So I'm just gonna restate this again. From June until the informational that you're gonna go through it. I know that the deadline to use the 18 million was September 30th, by September. And if not, another chunk of money like this will not come around. And then you're gonna be working with DBED to see how you can sublease and make some, other profits off of this. So again, there was no really public input, and if you're just counting the few of us who speak up, and you still, from June to now, June, July, August, September, October, are just reporting us that, oh yes, here's the agreement. Where was the public involvement with, after finding out about their 18 million, that you guys were just, still nurturing the 7-8 month relationship with the Navy and figuring out where was the public. And as you heard the previous testifier say, Tite Helani, she says, where is this? And if you did it on June, and we've been, speaking up, it hadn't been on the other meeting. So is that it gets presented in June, you guys do just whatever you want, and then now you're gonna update that, oh yeah, this is what we done. Where is the public input process? Where is the environmental impact statement again? I know it was just the informational update number 3, but these are the kind of things that need to stop. And we stated exactly, the violations happening here, the distrust, the unethicalness of you are working for the people, and we the people are saying no to any further contracts with the Navy. And so now the Navy is going to continue with this so that you can, push for the Kalaeloa master plan and other developments in the area. There's a whole chunk of time missing from June to now for the public to understand and to see what's going on to offer input. It wasn't in any other subsequent meeting. So you can work on this behind the scenes, knowing the Navy's history here in Hawaii, now inserting themselves into the university, into the housing and building, into infrastructure, into electrical. They want to keep bombing now, they Kaula, and they still haven't remediated their contamination of Red Hill. So you all are party of continuing this militarization, knowing with facts and with the families, 93,000 people still affected, that you want to enter it for incentivize programs and purposes. You work again for the people, and the people say no to the Navy involvement. So again, please consider what I testified for the previous agenda item, and somehow in your internal workings, stop that process. Mahalo.
Thank you to the testifier members. Any comments or questions? Okay, we have another person signed up to testify online, M. Heolani Sonodapale. Please go ahead.
Hi, I'm looking at the June meeting for Kalaeloa. I don't see anything on this matter on the agenda. What, and see, this is what I'm trying to get at. We are the public who are coming on our volunteer time to be here and to testify. Your agenda items need to be more user-friendly. Where is the agreement? Where is the letter between you folks and the Navy? Where is that information? So we can read through it as the public, and then we can give more input on how you folks should be going forward. I don't have the time to be looking for this information. I'm on the June one for Kalaeloa. Is it on another one? Where is the information on this Navy agreement? That's what I want to know. Where is the agreement? Where is the letter of intent? Was that posted publicly? Again, more concerns about transparency. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Thank you to the testifier members. Any comments or questions? Okay. Are there any other testifiers in person or online wishing to testify on this matter?
No.
If not, then we will move on to agenda item number. Yeah, adjournment. So thank you to those who joined us on Zoom or in person, and that concludes our board business for today. The meeting is adjourned. The time is now 11:24 a.m.